So injuries to areas rich in nerves with that sharp shooting pain, and it is very nice. And also, when there's been a very bad injury that cuts a nerve, it can actually help the nerves regrow. So I would always teach my students, bone set helps the bones find each other and click, go back in the right place. And one of my students had a case. Okay, so all the case histories with St. John's Wort are the most terrible and awful. So you guys are going to have to listen through these. So a friend of hers called her from the hospital, and her husband had cut himself with a circular saw up through the joint from the fingers up through the joint of the of the wrist. Oh my God. And off to the hospital. And she grabbed her St. John's Wort and took it, and they medicated as close to the injury as they could. And he was sitting there laughing with them and talking, because St. John's Wort, it's notorious really for being a pain reliever as well in these terrible situations. And then he healed really well and got a lot of use back. And she said, Matt, what you say about bone set, it's almost true of St. John's Wort, that it causes the nerves to find each other. And it's just really extraordinary, just case after case like this, protects the nerves. We actually have a picture, it'll be posted somewhere, at least, if not with our active thing, this crazy picture that Jan Marie Martel sent from Vancouver, BC, where she put these two herbs together to make a salve together. They came out with this totally bizarre thing that looks like a cross between a morel mushroom and a I don't know, a wax or something, and it just was crazy. But at any rate, that's a very interesting combination to make. I don't know why that happened, but that will be posted, I think, with this class. And at any rate, this conjoining of damaged nerves, I'll just give one other story, and then we can turn it over to the other people. And unless you don't have enough gory stories, I can continue to go. But my cousin.
One more point about the topical oil for diabetics, if they're using it primarily for peripheral neuropathy, is that it's very effective and healing just for their skin, because diabetics, peripheral circulation is pitiful and their skin suffers.
Yeah. So my cousin Julian Winston, who was well known in the homeopathic community, and he was also an industrial design professor, and so he was making himself a big wooden homeopathic home remedy kit, and he cut himself with a circular saw. Now they're safer nowadays, but the two fingers were dangling by the skin. Yeah, and he put these two fingers. He put St. John's Wort oil and calendula on them, and then he went off to the hospital, and they patched him up and sewed him together. And the doctor sat him down afterward. He was 56 at the time, I think, and the doctor said, "Well, you're a little older. We don't know if they'll take or not. And in 3 days, you'll know whether the fingers take or not." Well, they didn't just take. He was able to continue. He was able to play the mandolin again. I mean, he was a Renaissance man, industrial design professor, homeopath, mandolin player. He wrote the book. You can find it. It's the only person who ever wrote a book on how to play pedal steel guitar, because you have to be a mechanic as well as a musician, which he was. So it was a phenomenal recovery there.
Visit us at the Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism.com.